And we welcome you to Cyclone Arena, the first round of the Cyclone Classic 2018 edition. I welcome you. I'm Mickey Duval here to bring you all the action on the last game tonight as the Russell Cyclones take on the Saints of Shiloh Christian. Good evening, everyone. It's been an eventful day so far, 3 games so far, and a huge upset in the first round, the second game of the day. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we have to tell you that the Cyclone Shiloh Christian game is scheduled for 8:30. They're running a tad early. And so they figure with introduction and everything, they'll probably try to start right at 8:30, but it may be a couple minutes early. That's why we're joining you a little early as the Russell Cyclones are taking their warm-up shooting drills as we speak. Russell Cyclones against the Shiloh Christian. I don't believe these two teams have ever played each other. Shiloh Christian, a 4A school. Of course, they're a private school, and they play up. All private schools play one classification up. They're coached by Jacob Skinner. They're 1-4 on the season. A little bit struggling to get going, but usually what happens is they pick up some of their football guys a little late, and it takes them a little while to get going. Jacob Skinner, their coach. As for the Russell Cyclones, they're coming off a big victory, a home victory last week against Morrilton, looking to capitalize on that, and hopefully with 3 games in 3 days. I say hopefully because if you lose your first game in this Classic, you're not guaranteed 3. You win the first one, you are guaranteed 3 games. So bringing my color man for tonight is Aaron Duval. And, I mean, Russellville, I mean, it's one of them deals where they had such a big win against Morrilton. They're looking to build off that, and they want to play soon, and they're getting that chance here in the Cyclone Classic.
And Shiloh Christian is a good team to play against. They're not big. I think their tallest man on the roster is listed as about 6'1". But I've been watching them warm up here. They've got a couple of guys that can hit the ball from the outside. So Russellville's going to have to be aware of that, keep a hand in someone's face out there because threes can mount up in a hurry. And I was counting one of them. I haven't found his number yet, but I'll keep my eyes on him. He shot 9 and made 6 of them. So pretty good percentage. Of course, that's just warm-ups. It's different than a game, but I think we'll see some long balls from Shiloh Christian tonight.
Russellville going to be the home team in this game. We'll tell you about what's happened in the huge upset. Of course, in the very first game, it was a very close game between Bentonville West and Subiaco. Subiaco hit free throws for the first 3 quarters and didn't miss one. They missed 4 key free throws in the final 90 seconds. Actually, at the time, would have tied the game. They wind up losing that game. So Bentonville West a winner, 59-53. In the second game, it was supposed to be Van Buren against Arkadelphia. Russellville's JV stepped in because Arkadelphia canceled. They pulled out because of the football team in the state finals this weekend. And so Russellville's JV stepped in and had to play Van Buren. And the JV pulled the upset. They defeated Van Buren 48-46 on Nick Carter's layup with 6 seconds left to go. In fact, Nick Carter had a big game for the JV, 17 points. So Russellville's JV defeated Van Buren 48-46. The game right before us saw a 30-point blowout by Sylvan Hills. They defeated Greenwood 76-46. So we thought at the time that Van Buren would probably beat Russellville's JV, and if we win tonight, we play Van Buren tomorrow night at 8:30. That's changed. So we're not sure exactly when Russellville is going to play. We'll know at the end of this broadcast. It could be 5:30 tomorrow, or it could be 7 o'clock. So if you have a copy of the Cyclone Classic, don't look at the times anymore because all that has changed. Should the Cyclones win tonight, they will take on Bentonville West tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and the JV will play at 8:30 against Sylvan Hills. Should Russellville lose, then they will play Van Buren tomorrow at 5:30, and the JV will play Shiloh Christian at 8:30. So we do know the JV is playing at 8:30. We're not sure who. We know the Cyclones. It's going to change. We knew if they lost, they'd play at 5:30. If they win, however, they're going to play at 7 o'clock. They don't want Russellville playing the JV team if they can help it. Now, if they meet in the finals, hey, that would be fantastic. But again, Russellville's JV stepping in today and pulling upset off a 7A school, beating Van Buren 48-46 in exciting fashion. Van Buren, after Russellville had tied the game, Van Buren played for 1 shot with about 2 minutes left. With about a minute left, Russellville got a steal. They played for 1 shot, and Nick Carter got a layup with 6 seconds to go and gave Russellville the 2-point victory. As we're waiting right now, we'll give you the starting lineups for Shiloh Christian. They're going to start off with John Morrison. He's a senior. Sean Crana, a 6'1 senior. Seth Rosenfeld, he's a junior. Also starting off for Shiloh Christian, number 23, Samuel Lowe, and number 30, Harrison Williams. Both Lowe and Williams are seniors. For the Cyclones, they're going to start off with number 3, Spencer Terry. He's a 5'10 junior. Trey the Truth Allen will get the start, the 6-foot sophomore. He started every game for Russell so far in his young career. Bowen Mathis, number 10, the 6'2 senior, getting the start. Bryson Kordsmeyer, number 22, the 6'2 junior. And number 12, the man in the middle, 6'4 junior, Ryan Sikowski. That's the starting lineup for the Russellville Cyclones. Russell probably the favorite, if you want to call it that. But again, as we've said, and as we've seen tonight, you can't go off a favorite. So when you have a JV team upsetting a 7A school, that's a huge upset. So it's almost good that this happened, so Cyclones know, hey, we can't take anybody lightly, no matter who they are. And so as they square off against the Shiloh Christian, Russellville, of course, in the white with red and black trim, and the Shiloh Christian in the navy blue with gold and white trim. Ready for action. Going to jump ball. We're sitting opposite the home fans here at press row, so Russellville moving to our right. Russell wins the tip, and Trey Allen will bring it in the front court. They get in the corner to Kordsmeyer. Pass out. It's deflected in the back court and lost out of bounds. And Bowen Mathis shielded the Shiloh Christian player. Smart play as to not let them get the steal in the back court.
Yeah, Shiloh opened up in a man-to-man. It looks like they're staying with it. A little pressure on the point guard, Allen.
And Trey drives down 2-4 underneath. Kicked it back out. It goes back inside Sikowski. They double down on him. Out to Kordsmeyer, started his drive. Throws it back out. Mathis open, top of the key. Three-pointer won't go. It's tipped out a couple times. Shiloh Christian with a rebound. It's Rosenfeld. Russell tried to steal, coming up behind him, but Russell's going to be whistling for the foul. That'll be on Trey Allen. It'll be his first. He got in foul trouble against Morrilton, then was able to play with 2 fouls the entire first quarter and realized he got those 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of that game.
Well, that's one thing I know the coach is wanting to do is tell him, don't get in foul trouble. We need you at that point guard position, not sitting on the bench.
Appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth. We're happy to bring this to you. Here's a steal by Spencer Terry and Russellville quickly down the floor. It's going to be Kordsmeyer missing the layup from the left side. Sikowski with the follow, and he's going to draw the foul. So Rhino going to go to the free throw line. We'll check, see who the foul's on. And this will be on number 12, Sean Crana. And Shiloh Christian already going to their bench. It'll be number 21, I believe, A.J. Schmidt.
Yeah, Rhino getting good position for that offensive rebound.
First free throw is good by Sikowski, and Russellville leads it 1-0. Second free throw is good. Hit them both. You can rack up a lot of points from the free throw line if you play down low. Sikowski knocking down the first 2, and Russellville's drawn first blood 2-0. They set a screen used nicely by Williams. Russell makes the switch. Mismatch, but they give it up to Schmidt, who just came in. Back to Harrison. Looked like he was going to pull the trigger on a 3, but instead he goes down the low block, and they kick it back out. Rosenfeld with the basketball now. They'll swing it around the corner to A.J. Schmidt. Back to Harrison. Boy, he threw it almost threw away because Rosenfeld was going to set a screen, and he wasn't ready for it. Pass into the corner is deflected by Rhino. They were trying to go to Williams in the corner. Well, they're moving the ball quick, but Russellville just as quick with their hands. And now a couple of substitutions coming in. Drew Dudley, number 22, and number 25, Cole Oswald. Sorry, not Oswald, Cole Oswald. Inbounds pass comes to Rosenfeld up at the top. Kicked it back to Harrison. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter, 2-0, and we're tied now on a nice little drive. I think that was number 25. No, it was Williams on the layup. Foul, lost the ball going back to the other side. Russellville, an errant pass, and we're tied at 2, and Shiloh Christian can take the first lead of the game if they make a bucket here. Harrison Williams working against Allen. Takes it down low, and he stepped out of bounds. Good defense by Allen, not giving ground. And you work a guy towards that sideline, chances are that's going to happen right there.
And that sideline is just an extra player for you when you push them in that direction.
Good job by Trey Allen working that foul there on Williams, getting the hand check. You can ride the hip for a little bit, but you ride it too long, you're going to get called on it. And John Morrison, who started the game, number 4, is back in for the Saints. It's tough to get it in. They're going to have to go in the corner to Spencer Terry. Nice feed, and Rhino with the slam dunk. Sikowski gets the one-handed slam, and Russell leads it 4-2. Back the other direction, a quick shot by John Morrison, and just like that, we're tied at 4. Terry on the left wing with a dribble. He made a nice feed to Sikowski on that cut in the basket last time down. Allen taking it all the way. Finger roll layup won't go. And after it's tipped, Allen got the follow.
Yeah, just a little hook shot back over his head.
They're quickly down the floor, and then they throw it in the backcourt. It's going to be over and back. And credit on that previous play of Sikowski keeping it alive with his tip. Sikowski with 4 points. Got to give him an assist there, I think. Allen with 2 off his offensive rebound. Harrison Williams checking back in. This is what they do. They run in about 9 to 10 players very quickly, and they like to play the up-tempo. Russell, though, can play that up-tempo style. Russell inbounded it and then lost it out of bounds. Trying to go in the corner. 2 errant passes by the Cyclones. Shiloh Christian in the front court. This is Harrison Williams. Tried to get around Allen. Looked like he had the angle, but he gave it up. This is Cole Oswald. Gets it off to number 22, Dudley, and now an interception by Russellville. Good job by Mathis. Allen down the floor, too far out in front of Kordsmeyer. And another turnover, the 3rd turnover by the Russell Cyclones.
That's twice in a row that Russell had a fast break going. We just throwing the ball too high. Need to settle down a little bit. That's what coach is telling them. Watch your passes. Settle down.
6-4. Russell leads it. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Oh, Christian, man, I would say dribble drive, but they haven't taken as many threes as we thought they might. A little push off by Williams, no call. Spin move in the lane. Crana kicks it back out. Morrison, he'll try for 3. It's an air ball. I like hearing the air ball chant. I know it's against the AAA rules, but I'm telling you, the other places we go, they chanted at us, so it's good to hear it that we can chant at them. Here's a steal by Shiloh Christian Williams coming in, and a shot was blocked by Allen, but they're going to get Trey on the foul. The official trailing the play, and that's 2 on Trey Allen, and so we're going to see Allen come out of the game. It looks like Cade Schaefer is going to come in for him. Well, good effort by Trey, but sometimes you got to let him take the layup there because the official is not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, or he's looking for that. Allen will sit down with 2 fouls. Remember, this happened against Morrilton, and about 4 minutes in. Cade Schaefer, the 6-foot junior, checks in. He played with a different number jersey to finish the Morrilton game because of getting blood on his uniform. Missed the 2nd free throw, did Harrison Williams. And here's Kordsmeyer on the drive. Baseline jumper will miss. It's 6-5, Russell leading. Shiloh hit 1 of 2 on those free throws. Williams, underhanded flip to Crane, almost got away with a travel. Baseline pass, and let's see, did we travel? We did. Ben Lee, number 2, gets called for the travel. Shiloh Christian winning the battle of forcing the tempo, but right now the Cyclones lead it by a point. Here's Schaefer bringing it in the front court, gets it in the corner to Spencer Terry. They'll swing it back around left side to Kordsmeyer. Now Mathis on the left wing. Picks up his dribble. Terry will work the right side again. Bryson, nice feed on the baseline. Turnaround jumper by Mathis off the iron. Sikowski with the rebound. The official out close to us calls a foul. Rhino kind of frowned when they blew the whistle. He didn't agree with that. That's number 1 on him and the 3rd team foul. And Dudley back in. All these guys subbing in and out for Shiloh Christian they've already played. They've been in and out quite a bit. It's the last game of today's first round of the Cyclone Classic. A 4th game today. Been a buzz because of Russell's JV stepping in to replace Arkadelphia. And the Cyclone JV team defeated the varsity team of Van Buren. 48-46 on Nick Carter's layup with 6 seconds left. Here on the right wing is Rosenfeld, and he goes to the floor, try to save it. No walking call. He gets a pass on the baseline. Cross-court pass is going to be knocked away by Schaefer, and he saved it in bounds to Rhino. Quickly down the floor, here's Mathis. Looked like he was going to spot up from three. He won't. Spencer Terry will. Off the back of the iron, there's Grant Smith getting the rebound, and Russellville gets to start over. Boy, when Terry shot that, I thought it was in. Terry
it looked in.
Passes on this one. Mathis from the top. His three-pointer rims out. Lost out of bounds. Belonged to the Saints.
Grant Smith coming into the basketball game. He's picked up where he left off with Marlton. Getting that rebound. He goes for the boards, and you have to like that young man for doing that.
Russell not scoring on that offensive set, but you really like the effort and getting some good open looks. The Cyclones lead at 6-5. 2:45 left. Here's a steal. Sikowski will bring in the front court and slow it up on the left wing. Gives it to Mathis. He'll pass on the three. Schaefer now, the southpaw from the right side. Now Rhino will shoot the three. This one no good. Rebound will be controlled by Drew Dudley, and here comes Shiloh Christian. Russell still hanging on to a 1-point lead with 2:20 left to play here in the first quarter. Morrison gets around two defenders, gets it in the corner. And now it's stolen away on an interception. Russell going back the other direction. Three-pointer by Bowen Mathis, the first three for Russellville. Cyclones lead it 11-7. Apologize for the technical difficulty there that we had. And here's a block shot by Bowen Mathis, who just hit that last three, recovered by Grant Smith. Russellville leads it 11-7 as we're about at the close of the first quarter. And now we have a hand check foul called on number 3, Jaden Henry, coming off the bench, hitting the last bucket for Shiloh Christian. Russellville leading it 11-7 with 41.9 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 points by Sikowski, 3 by Mathis, 2 by Allen, but Allen on the bench in foul trouble. Inbounds pass is knocked out of bounds by the Saints. We'll do it again. This time they get it inbounds to Schaefer, and Cade on the right wing. Starts taking a baseline down the lane in the middle now as he works towards little baby jump hook shot there with the left hand. Of course, he is left-handed. His first basket gives Russellville a 6-point lead, 13-7. There's a drive, a shot blocked out of bounds. Was that Sikowski on the block, or was that Mathis?
I think it's both of them got their hands on the ball.
We'll credit that with Mathis, too, because that's his second block and Sikowski's second block. Inbounds pass comes to Dudley, three-pointer, no good. With 18 seconds left, Russellville has it. They had two guys going up for it. Rhino wins the battle. Back the other direction, and Sikowski will get it off on the right side to Schaefer. 7 seconds to shoot before we close the first quarter. He starts his drive, looked like the same play. This time he gave it up to Smith, and three-pointer by Terry. He had to shoot it quickly. Couldn't really get set because he knew the time on the clock. Russell doesn't hit there, but they lead after 1 quarter of play by a score of 13-7. Well, we're playing it at the pace that Shiloh Christian wants to play at. However, Russell's winning the game, leading by 6. Russell's showing Shiloh Christian, hey, we can play at that pace if you want us to. In that first quarter, 6 points by Ryan Sikowski, 3 points by Bowen Mathis, 2 points for Cade Schaefer, 2 points for Trey Allen. Allen, we mentioned, had 2 fouls, so he had to check out before the right at the 4.5-minute mark, right around there. Now, as we start the second quarter, he's already come to the bench and checked in, so he will start the second quarter. For Shiloh Christian, they only have one guy that has more than a bucket. That's Harrison Williams. He has 3 points. He had a basket and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The rest are just 2-pointers. Cole Oswald has 2 points. Jaden Henry with 2. John Morrison with 2. And they're playing at the fast pace, but they're not shooting the ball particularly well. And Russell isn't shooting great, but they're really crashing the boards and giving Shiloh Christian just one chance on the defensive side and giving themselves more opportunities on the offensive side in that first quarter.
Well, I think that's the key to that first quarter is we're limiting Shiloh to 1 shot. And Grant Smith has been a big reason for that. He, like I say, he goes after the boards. You have to like that.
Red Atkins makes his first appearance as we start the second quarter. It's Grant Smith, Red Atkins, Bo Mathis, Cade Schaefer, and Trey Allen. In the corner, three-point try by Crana, no good, and rebound was tipped by Mathis. Schaefer down the floor to Allen, coming up the right side, had his pocket picked by number 30, Harrison Williams, but it's lost out of bounds and belonged to Russellville. Nice defensive play by Williams. I appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth. We are live at the home games. We're at press row and have already been such a him. One of us didn't get him as much. Here's a reverse layup try by Atkins. Boy, that went in, out, and back through. What a great play by Atkins.
Very quick move by Atkins underneath. No way to defend him.
15-7. Back the other direction quickly. A layup made by 12, Sean Crana. Russell's where Shiloh Christian has come down quickly because Russell sort of relaxed a little bit on defense. Here's a three-point try by Schaefer, no good. Ball tipped and out of bounds, last touch by Shiloh Christian. Grant Smith did the smart thing by letting it go because he knew it was going to be out on the Saints, and Schaefer will check out. In for him will be Spencer Terry. Terry, I think, played the entire first quarter and then didn't start the second quarter. Got a little bit of a breather. Inbounds pass comes in the backcourt to Allen. He retreats to get it. He's going to be picked up by Morrison as he crosses half court, number 4. Here in the second quarter, Cyclones lead at 15-9. Mathis worked it right side. Smith, now Terry back in the corner to Allen. He'll take it baseline, double team. Through it, it was blocked out of bounds. The pass was by Morrison. So Russ will inbound it on the left baseline.
It looks like Shiloh Christian has done their homework as far as Allen. They're keeping him from driving to the basket.
Atkins gets it on the right side to Terry. Terry letting the play develop, goes back inside to Atkins, double team. Boy, faked the pass nicely. Missed the turnaround jumper because he was hit on the arm. They double teamed him, and when he faked the pass, one of the guys jumped, and that left him one-on-one. Good play by Red Atkins as he goes to the free throw line. That foul on number 12, Sean Crana, that's his second. Atkins did a great job the other night from the free throw line. He hits this one. He's got 3 points here in this second quarter. Did not play in the first quarter. Kyle Pennington, the head coach for Russellville, picking up a big victory against Morrilton last week, and his home debut is over here talking to Trey Allen and Spencer Terry. Second free throw by Atkins is good. He's really improved his free throw shooting from last year. And Russellville now leads at 17-9, 6.5 to go here in the first half. The pass goes right through the hands of number 21, Schmidt. He jumped for it. I don't think he really had to jump for it. So Spencer Terry right next to us will inbound it. Gets it inbound to the backcourt to Trey Allen. Gives it right back to Spencer. He sees the trap, so he's waiting, biding his time, waving people down, saying, if they're going to trap me, I want you away from me so I can get it to you. Picks up his dribble. He gets it to Allen, almost posting up, but he's still behind the three-point line. Now he turns, faces the basket, takes it down, middle lane, left-handed shot, rolls in, count the basket, and he draws the foul.
You know, against Morrilton, Trey Allen would post up like that at high post, get the ball, fake a couple of passes, then he'd drive to the basket against Morrilton. Same thing he's done here against Shiloh Christian.
Well, see, that's why also he's so important. I mean, even when he gets in foul trouble, you gotta have him on the court. He makes the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got 5 points, and Russellville leads at 20-9. The Saints, Morrison started his drive, got caught in the air with no place to go. He does kick it out to Dudley. He's out on the left wing, working around Atkins. His shot blocked by Mathis. That could have been his third block, but they're going to give him with a foul. No, they're going to give the foul to Atkins. Atkins probably sitting there saying, what did I do? And Mathis thinks it was on him, and we thought so too. I mean, I didn't know if it was a foul or not, but I thought that's who they called it on.
I think they're saying that Atkins got him with his body, but it sure didn't look like it.
It didn't. The basketball gods agree with this because Drew Dudley just missed the free throw very badly. And Mathis will check out. Maybe that's what he's tapping his chest. He might have said, hey, I need a breather. I'm exhausted. As Bryson Kordsmeyer will check in, the 6'2 senior. Started the game. Has not scored yet. Second free throw. They hit 1 of 2. Dudley does. Russellville leads at 20-10 with 5:43 left to play here in the first half. There's Allen. Nice interior passing to Grant Smith. Turnaround jumper is good. Remember, it was Smith that had a great fourth quarter for Russellville against Morrilton. Russellville with their largest lead of the game at 22-10. There's a steal by Allen on the interception. Coming in from left side, little scoop shot, no good. Ball lost out of bounds, and last touch by Shiloh Christian. Dudley should have had the easy rebound, but Grant Smith was there to challenge him, and Dudley lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, Grant's coming out for a little breather, but doing a great job hitting those offensive boards.
Well, it's pretty good when you can pull out Grant Smith and stick in Sikowski. Rhino's got 6 points, including a one-handed slam. Hope you didn't miss it in the first quarter. Hey, look, a fancy little pass from Allen. Atkins with the basket. Boy, just flipped that over his head. And here's Allen with the steal. He saves it in bounds. They say he stepped out on the end line.
Yeah, I think he took a little hop and he landed right on the line before he could get rid of the ball.
Russellville led by 6 at the end of the first quarter. They're having their way with Shiloh Christian right now, leading by 14. There's Jaden Henry trying to work against Terry. Nice little bounce pass inside, and Rosenfeld cutting the basket, gets the layup. 24-12. Allen throws in the corner to Terry. Terry, boy, almost lost that one. Gets to the Kordsmeyer, working his way in. 2 people there. They'll kick it back out. Left side, Allen, three-pointer, good. Trey Allen, the second 3 by Russellville, and the first by Allen. He's got 8 points for the Cyclones, and Russellville leads by 15, 27-12. They try to answer with a 3, barely grazed the iron. Sikowski there with the rebound. 4:15 left to play in the first half. Russellville trying to get greedy here to build on their 15-point lead. Allen, left side, three-pointer is good by Trey Allen. And Shiloh Christian wants to take a timeout. There's 4:08 left, and Russellville leads it 30-12.
You know, after hitting that 3 in the corner, and then he comes out here on the point, no one comes out on him, so why not take it?
11 points for Allen. We're not even through the first half yet. And he's got 9 of those in the second quarter, playing with 2 fouls. Maybe that's the key, is he's got to get 2 fouls. He did that against Morrilton and played fantastic. I think he only picked up 1 the rest of the game that night. Again, the big news here at the Cyclone Classic, Arkadelphia had to bow out. Since I've been doing play-by-play, Arkadelphia's been in the Cyclone Classic every year. Their football team's in the state finals. They bowed out. So Russellville's JV stepped in, and they beat the varsity of Van Buren, beat the Pointers on a layup with 6 seconds left, 48-46. That tells you your basketball program's on the right track when your JV steps in and beats a 7-18. And so the Cyclone varsity, if you have a bracket, the times have changed. We'll talk about that a little bit more at halftime. And I don't want to say that we're going to win this game, but hey, everything's starting well for Coach Pennington right now as Russellville leads at 30-12. 4:08 left to play here in the first half. Trey Allen with 11 points. Sikowski with 6. Atkins also with 6. 3 points for Mathis, 2 points for Schaefer, 2 points for Grant Smith. And Shiloh Christian using the first of their 5 timeouts there. Henry does not use a screen. He'll try left side. 3-pointer by Lowe is off the mark. A rebound lost out of bounds. Almost the same team situation as Atkins was battling Kordsmeyer for the rebound and lost it out of bounds. Inbounds comes to Lowe. He faked the 3, passed on it, gets it off. Oswald's 3's no good. Allen with the rebound immediately with his head up, look and see if he could hit an outlet. Nothing's there. He'll bring it down the floor, pass it off to Kordsmeyer. His drive, layup good. Bryson Kordsmeyer, the 6'2 senior, getting the layup there, and Russellville leads by 20, their largest lead of the game. Out on the right wing, backing his way in is Lowe, picks up his dribble just inside the free throw line. Out, Henry, 3-pointer, air ball. Sikowski had it, knocked away, he gets it back. Allen down the floor, again from the left side. He'll take it himself, count the basket, and he drew the foul. They want Shiloh Christian, they want to play that up tempo, but they're not as quick as Russellville.
No, it's pretty obvious when Allen gets the ball, he can drive, and that's the same thing that he did against Morrilton. Morrilton didn't have a man that could stay with him. Shiloh Christian doesn't have anybody. You know, for a team that was warming up at 3s and doing very well, Shiloh Christian right now is 0 for 6 so far in this first half on threes.
Allen converts on a three-point play. He has 14. Russell leads at 35-12. Cade Schaefer back in the game, as is Grant Smith. There's a pull-up jumper in the lane. A missed shot. Allen with the rebound. Here comes Trey in the front court. Crossover the right side. Leaves it for Rhino. Sikowski three-pointer. Rolls off the iron. Ball tipped around. There's Allen with the rebound. We're going to get a foul called on Shiloh Christian. And let's see. They should put Allen on the line for the 1-and-1. This is on number 4, John Morrison, his second, and it is the 18th foul. So Trey Allen will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 there. Free throw is no good. First missed free throw by Russell. There's Sikowski with the offensive board, putting it up and in. His first points of the second quarter. He has 8 for the game.
Such a key in winning basketball games is offensive rebounds, and we're seeing Russellville do it tonight.
Yeah, it's those cheap baskets when you get, especially on free throw line or off of free throw shots. Oswald backing his way out. Kordsmeyer fell down, a brief 5-on-4, and we're back to full strength here. On the right side is Oswald. We apologize, the referee's in the way a little bit. We got to get that guy to move. All right, well, he must have hurt us. And Jaden Henry, who airballed a 3, the fans letting him remember it just in case he forgot. They're chanting airball right now. He throws a wild shot off the backboard, ill-advised, and there's Rhino with the rebound. He'll get it off to Cade Schaefer. He'll bring it up the court. No contact there. Looked like there might be because he was being chased. Double team down low to Smith. Cross-court pass to Allen, faking the 3, coming in. Bounce pass down low, and Sikowski wasn't there. And Sikowski's telling him, my fault. Allen thought he was cutting to the basket. Sikowski stayed on the block. And Sikowski and Allen, just miscommunication there. They both check out. Spencer Terry in the game. And Bowen Mathis also in. Russell going a little bit shorter with their lineup here. Harrison Williams, who's been out for a little while, has 3 points in the game. He has the basketball on the right wing. He gives it up to Crana. They're working the ball around. We're nearing 90 seconds left in the first half as Russell leads at 37-12. Harrison Williams drives inside, bounce pass down low to Oswald. Probably had an open shot, kicks it out. Three-pointer is good by Crana. And I think that's their first made 3 of the game. Quickly down the floor. Here's Mathis, gives it off. Kordsmeyer drive the basket, too hard off the backboard. Gets the rebound, though, kicks it out. Mathis faking the 3, sidesteps it, gets it on the baseline to Smith. His jump shot is no good. We're going to get a charging call on Grant Smith. That'll be his first, and the 15th foul on the Cyclones. 1:07 left to play here in the first half. The Cyclones lead it 37-15. 22-point lead for Russellville. Just like the intensity Russell's come out with, and they've taken the pace of play that Shiloh Christian wanted to play at and shoved it right back in their face. And we'll play fast because we think we're faster, but we're definitely quicker, and that's what Russell's been doing. And not just on offense, but on defense too. Here's a three-pointer, no good. And Russellville, again, limiting them to one shot as Smith got the rebound. Schaefer, bounce pass down low to Mathis, started one way, back the other. His shot rolls off the iron. Shiloh with the rebound. And here come the Saints. Dribbling in transition as Crana slowed it up. They can't get on a fast break. Sometimes they've caught Russellville napping a little bit, but they can't get a fast break bucket. Here's a drive, pump fake, and they're going to get a foul called on Kordsmeyer. And this will put Drew Dudley to the free throw line. His second trip there tonight. He's 1 for 2.
And that's a good foul because Kordsmeyer kept the shooter from making the basket. So he's going to get 2 points. He's going to have to earn them.
Yeah, I don't think he meant the foul. I think he was just wrong place, wrong time. You see Spencer Terry talking with Coach Pennington. First free throw is good. Dudley is 2 of 3 now from the free throw line. Smith will check out as Red Atkins checks back in. 37-16, Russellville with the lead. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Second free throw is good. After missing his first free throw, Dudley hit his last 3. It's down to a 20-point lead for Russellville, but pretty good first half. You figure Coach Pennington is pretty happy right now, pretty pleased. They're going to go in. I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments and try to build on this. Schaefer backs it back out. They haven't stopped the 5 count. He better get rid of it quick, and it is a 5-second count. I noticed the official did not stop, and I thought that might be coming. and it is. It's a turnover. I don't think Cade realized that the count didn't stop. I think when he backed up, he thought he backed up far enough away to break the defense there. But that official never stopped his count with 5 seconds. Shiloh Christian fires up a shot thanks to the crowd there. And Korsmeyer will throw it 3/4 of the floor, and it's no good. The crowd, the student section over on that far side, started chanting 3, 2, 1 when there was about 5 seconds left. And so Shiloh put up the shot quicker than they had to. We've come to the end of the first half with our score. The Cyclones 37 and Shiloh Christian 17. We're going to break just for a quick moment and come back to give you the totals of the first half. You're watching Cyclone basketball on Cyclone Booth. Welcome back. The Cyclones hit 37-17. You see there the halftime score. Pretty good first half for Russellville. They were led by Trey Allen, 14 points in that first half, and 12 of those 14 coming in the second quarter. Ryan Sikowski had 8 points, including a one-handed slam. Red Atkins, 6 points, all of his 6 points coming in the second quarter. 3 points for Bo Mathis and 2 points for Cade Schaefer, Grant Smith, and Bryson Korsmeyer. Shiloh Christian, they were led by Sean Crana, who had 5 points, and 3 points for Harrison Williams and Drew Dudley. Shiloh Christian coming out wanting to play fast, and Russellville said, okay, we'll play fast. And, it teetered that 1-point lead there for a little bit, and Russellville led by 6 at the end of the first quarter and really broke it open in that second quarter.
Well, I don't think Shiloh Christian expected Russellville to be that quick and that fast. But they got introduced to Cade Schaefer and to Trey Allen. Russellville started off slow, shooting the 3 points. They were 1 of 6. Then in that second quarter, they were 2 of 4. So they're 3 of 10 altogether. They have shut down Shiloh Christian on three-point line. They're 1 of 8, but they're 4 of 6 from the free throw line, where Russellville's 5 of 6. But it's what we talked about in that first half. The key to that first half is Russellville's defense, limiting Shiloh Christian to 1 shot at that basket. And the rebounds, getting in position by the Cyclones is really what has kept this ball game under control in the favor of the Cyclones. They're getting offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, and you've got to have offensive rebounds if you're going to win a ball game. That's one of the big keys that a coach will tell you. I've got to have that from my players, and the Cyclones is getting it from the players tonight, that offensive rebounds.
They lead by 20 here at halftime. Before we talk about the rest of the first day of the Cyclone Classic, I want to send congratulations to Coach Sherry White and the Russellville Lady Cyclones. They won tonight, so that puts them in the finals of the Morrilton Invitational. And they'll be playing Saturday, I believe, at 5:30, as long as it doesn't snow them out. They're not sure who they play when they got here. Coach White told me that Bryant was leading Morrilton by 1 point with a minute left, and they were going to get the winner of that game. Of course, the Lady Cyclones beat Morrilton last week. And, of course, Bryant 7A school, so not sure who they're going to get. But that game will be at 5:30 on Saturday, weather permitting. So congratulations to Coach Sherry White and Lady Cyclones. They've won 3 in a row now. They won 2 in that Morrilton tournament. Of course, they beat Morrilton here last week. big news here on day one of the tournament, no matter what happens in this game, is the Russell's JV. They stepped in to replace Arkadelphia as Arkadelphia bowed out because their football team is in the state finals this weekend. And the JV defeated the varsity of Van Buren. Russell's JV won 48-46. JV Cyclones went on a 13-0 run to close the first half and lead 28-25. Russell tied the game at 46 with 2:46 left to play in the game. And after just a little back and forth, Van Buren decided to hold for one shot. And then with about a minute left, Russell made a steal. They go down and they hold for one shot, and it was Nick Carter with the layup with 6 seconds left. They gave the Cyclones a 2-point victory. Nick Carter, great game for the JV tonight. 17 points for Carter. Congratulations to him and the Cyclone JV. So what that means is if you've got a tournament bracket, it's probably going to change. Should Russellville win this game, if you look at the bracket, they will be playing their JV. That's not going to happen. What will happen is if Russellville hangs on and wins here, they will play Bentonville West at 7 o'clock tomorrow. At 7 o'clock for the varsity game. Then Russellville's JV will actually play Sylvan Hills at 8:30 tomorrow night. Now, that is because Bentonville West defeated Subiaco 59-53, and Sylvan Hills easily defeated Greenwood 76-46, a 30-point win for Sylvan Hills over Greenwood. So tomorrow it looks like this. We know the 4 o'clock game is set. It's going to be Subiaco against Greenwood, and the loser will not have a third game. That'll be the 4 o'clock game. Tomorrow at 5:30, it will be Van Buren against Shiloh Christian should Russellville hang on. Now, if Russellville loses this game, they will play Van Buren at 5:30. And then our 7 o'clock game will be Bentonville West against the Cyclones if they win this game. If they don't, then it will be Sylvan Hills at 7 o'clock. And the 8:30 game will be Russellville's JV against Sylvan Hills should Russellville win. And if they don't, and then Russellville's JV will play Shiloh Christian. So I know that sounds confusing. At the end of this game, we'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on. But the main thing you need to know is Russellville's JV will be playing at 8:30, not the varsity. No matter what, the varsity will not be playing at 8:30 tomorrow night. So Russellville's JV has thrown a kink into it, but we're okay with that. I mean, people down here, when they started that game, saying, well, you know, Russellville's JV will hopefully can hang on for a little while, but probably get mercy ruled. Not only did they not do that, they beat Van Buren's varsity 48-46. The Cyclones lead it here at halftime, 37-17. We're going to take another break and be back with the second half. You're watching Cyclone basketball on Cyclone Booth. Welcome back. The Cyclones lead at 37-17 as they're back out on the floor. Shiloh Christian now making their way too. Neither team being able to shoot warm-ups, but a few Cyclone student fans have made their way here to stand up there on Cyclone Alley. Appreciate that as they're helping to join in on the first night of the Cyclone Classic. We appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth, our YouTube channel. It'll be the Cyclone basketball as Russellville leads by 20. Looking to build on this 20-point lead. You don't want to lose your intensity here, but that's, you're dealing with high school kids. Sometimes that's hard to do. Hard not to do, hard to control. That's what keeps coaches up. The fact that they're dealing with young kids and trying to keep them focused. There's a bounce pass from Allen. Down low, little hook shot, no good by Sikowski. He's going to get whistled for the foul.
I think they said he pushed off. Didn't actually see it, but I'll take the official's word for it.
There's a three-point try is knocked down by Seth Rosenfeld, his first three-pointer of the game. Cyclones quickly down the floor, leading at 37-20. Korsmeyer working his way to the basket. Player fell down, missed the shot. Gets his own rebound, power dribble back up, no good. Gets his own rebound again, double team, dribble around it. Little fadeaway jumper is good. Good job by Bryson.
Kept getting that offensive rebound, getting himself second and third chance.
Here down low, ball taken away after it was misdribbled, and Allen has it. He's going to push it up the floor. There's a three-point try by Mathis. This one off the mark. Rebound is knocked out, and Spencer Terry has it. Spencer gets it over to Korsmeyer on the right wing. In the corner now to Allen. No screen set for him. He'll get it back, swing it around left side to Terry. Allen will take it baseline, kicks it out. Korsmeyer wide open. Three-pointer, no good. With the rebound as Rosenfeld almost had it knocked away, and he'll bring it up the floor for the Saints. They'll take it into the corner, but they give it up. Backing his way in, double team, back out Rosenfeld, three-pointer, rimmed out. Sikowski with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. I think reaching around there was number 12, Sean Crane, and if so, that's his third. The first foul on the Saints of this half, third team foul. Back the other direction. Here's Sikowski on the right side. Nice feed underneath Grant Smith. He's got 4 points.
Grant Smith got around his defender, was sitting underneath the basket just waiting for that pass. Easy layup.
41-20, Cyclones lead it. Gonna leave it out right side, three-pointer, no good. Sikowski with the rebound. Needs some help, couldn't give it up, so he's gonna bring it up the floor. Rhino can handle the basketball, and it's always good when you have a big man that doesn't mind dribbling it, bring it up. Here's Allen for three. Trey Allen. Boy, he scored just about every which way. He's got 3 threes. He's got 2 3-point plays. He's got layups, and he's sitting there with 17 points here early third quarter. I'll throw it out. Passing on the three was Morrison. Drives inside. His cross-court pass intercepted. Allen, breakaway, coming in. Oh, he stuffed himself on the one-handed jam. He tried to slam it and just couldn't get it. And Pennington, I think he's trying to hide a smile from his face there. Spencer Terry flashes a steal. He'll give it off to Sikowski. Here we go. Slam dunk is good. Sikowski's second slam of the game. He's got 10 points.
Little smile comes across his face. You don't see that often.
Well, that's his second slam, but first one on the breakaway. In the first quarter, he had one, and it was on an offensive set. He drove the baseline, and now we have a timeout by Jacob Skinner of the Saints. 4:46 left to play in the third quarter, and Russellville with a 26-point lead, 46-20. We're going to take a brief break here on Cyclone Booth. got away with a walk. 2 on Grant. And the second team found the Cyclones. Bo Mathis will check in, replacing who? Spencer Terry will come to the bench. Shiloh Christian will inbound it on the right baseline. They'll lob it in on the right side. This is to Jaden Henry, number 3. Only has 2 points off the bench for the Saints. After the drive, kick it out. 3-pointer on the way by Williams, no good. After it was tipped, Allen has the rebound. Quickly down the floor, gives it up to Mathis. Mathis dribbles down into the corner and then back out. 46-20, the Cyclones lead it here with 4:14 left to play in the third quarter. And now we have a hand check foul called. It's a little tighter than what it was called in the first half. That one, that's on Seth Rosenfeld, his first. And the team's second. Trey Allen will check out, and Cade Schaefer in for him.
I think the officials just wanting to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand, not only with the score getting a little bit apart from each other, but also playing a little more aggressive. They just don't want to see a lot of unnecessary fouling.
Halfway through the third quarter, the Cyclones lead at 46-20. Mathis takes it on the run, back up to the top to Cade Schaefer. He's coming into the lane and throws it in the baseline now to Kordsmeyer. Got caught, throws it out to Mathis at the top. Uses a screen. He'll shoot from 3. This one in and out. And Henry with the rebound for the Saints. And he'll bring it up the floor for Shiloh Christian. Dribble to the top of the key, still with his dribble, and then he gives it up to Drew Dudley. 3:33 left to play in the third quarter. Russell leading by 26 points. Great first half by Russell, really great second quarter. They led by 6 at the end of the first quarter, and then by 20 at halftime. We have a blocking foul called on the Cyclones. And Atkins can't come in. He's trying to get Atkins to go back to the bench. And the official has not given a foul call. He wants to make sure the foul call and then bring in the subs. And that foul is on number 10, Bo Mathis. Well, these officials, I tell you, they got to have it just their way, don't they?
Yeah.
46-20. Can't complain when you're up by 26, though. There's a drive. They throw it out to Henry. Fake to 3. He'll take it baseline. Pulls up from 15. This one off the front of the iron. Atkins, who just checked in, picks up the defensive rebound. He'll give it off to Schaefer. Schaefer down the floor. Cade wearing number 5 as he was last game, but remember against Morrilton, he got a bloody nose, got blood on his uniform. He had to switch numbers. Crossover dribble, throws it out up to the top of the key. Kordsmeyer, he started his drive and just lost the handle on it.
It looked like somebody kind of grabbed his arm as he's going toward the basket, his right arm, maybe threw him off a little bit. No call.
2:50 left to play here in the third quarter. Russell leading 46-20. Henry backs it back out, still with his dribble at the top of the key, goes to the right elbow. That's on the right side of the free throw line. That's what the elbow is. Gives it back to Henry. His drive, he blew the layup. Kordsmeyer there with the rebound, gives it off to Cade Schaefer. Schaefer brings it across the timeline. Looked like he was going to go all the way, but a bounce pass down low to Atkins. Missed the reverse layup, and we have a foul called on the rebound attempt. This will be on Grant Smith. That'll be number 3 on Grant, and the 14 foul on the Cyclones. Kordsmeyer will check out for Russellville as Mathis is back in. It's Mathis, Schaefer, Atkins, Trey Allen, and who am I missing? Cade Schaefer.
Oh.
Schaefer, Smith, Atkins, Allen, and Mathis. There we go. I know I missed the first time, but I got him there. Pass is almost deflected out, and A.J. Schmidt pulled the trigger on a 3 in the first quarter. I haven't seen much since. Gets it on Henry. Henry hands it off to Rosenfeld. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. They throw it out, almost threw it away. Nice play by Dudley. He'll fire the long 3. This one no good. Smith skies to get the rebound. Gives it off to Allen. Allen dribbling with his head up. Looking to make a play. Stops on the right wing. Gives it to Cade Schaefer. He'll launch a 3 from the top. This one no good. Smith chases down the rebound. And Russell gets another offensive possession off an offensive board. Cade Schaefer started his drive, one-handed cross-court pass to Mathis, faking the 3, take it baseline, dumps it in the lane to Atkins. Little hook shot won't go. Tried the follow to tip it around, and the ball's loose on the ground. And let's see, we're going to get a jump ball call. And you know, I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on us. I figured because most people want over the back, but they're not. Didn't call that, but they do call the jump ball, and it'll belong to Shiloh Christian.
Yeah, they could have called a foul on Grant Smith. He had his hand on the Shiloh Christian player's back, kind of pushing him away from the ball, but no call by the official. Good good no call.
It's just inside the left elbow, and now we have a drive to the basket, but well before the shot. We'll get a foul called on Grant Smith. That's 4 on him. He's got 3 fouls in this quarter. That's number 4 on Grant. And they'll get him with Rhino coming in. It's funny, Kordsmeyer announced it at the PA, says 4 fouls, and then he turned and looked at the bench like, are you guys going to come get him? That's 4. Inbounds pass comes to the top to Dudley. And the ball just, I don't know if it was lost or knocked away, but Allen comes up with, looks like he just lost the handle on it. It fell right in the hands of Trey Allen. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Russell could play for one shot if they want to, but they lead 46-20. Really no reason to. Give it to Allen, fake the 3 nicely. He's going to take it down the left side of the lane, layup good. Boy, he faked Shiloh Christian defender out of his socks. Long pass down the floor, blocked from behind by Trey Allen and blocked out of bounds. How about that?
Trey Allen is very effective when he gets the ball at high post, just like we've seen, as we said, in the Marlton game and about 3 times in this game. He gets the ball and drives for the basket.
He's doing everything there. We're getting a block on defense. He's hit 3-pointers, 3-point plays, layups. They're still, I love that student section, still reminding Jaden Henry about his air ball. Here's a missed 3 that rimmed out by Drew Dudley. Russellville quickly down the floor. Bo Mathis in the corner. No-look pass on the right side of the lane to Schaefer, back to Mathis. Now, Cade Schaefer, corner, 3-pointer. You could tell that was a little strong as soon as he let it go. Shiloh Christian had numbers briefly, but they lost it. They throw it in the corner, almost threw it away. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And they're not going to get a shot off, are they? They do get a quick shot off, a 3-pointer off the front of the iron. No good. Russellville leads at 48-20 as we've concluded 3 quarters of play here. We appreciate you joining us here on Cyclone Booth. We will eventually be on the radio. The station, River Country KCJC 102.3, is going to start picking up these games when we start the Hoops for Hunger. And so, but we wanted to bring these games to you still, stream them live. So we've moved over to our YouTube page, trying to always improve some things, and we understand we've had a few technical difficulties here tonight. It seemed everything went well against Morrilton last week, but hey, we're going to have to work through some bugs because it's not perfect, but we are happy that you joined us, and we appreciate it. We like showing these numbers to the stations, and hey, we'd like to keep these games on the radio too, to do both, because we've got a lot of viewers on here, so we appreciate you up in our viewership here. 48-20 after 3 quarters of play. That's not a bad third quarter by Russellville. Not only did they led by 20 at halftime, so they increased that lead. 8 more minutes of play. Of course, if you're just joining us, the big story here is Arkadelphia had to bow out of this tournament because their football team being in the state championship, so Russellville's JV came in, and they beat the varsity team of Van Buren. And so Russellville's JV's in the winner's bracket of this tournament. And they weren't even entered in this tournament until this week. They beat Van Buren on a layup by Nick Carter with 6 seconds left. Nick Carter, great game, 17 points for Carter. And I think that's going to be in the newspaper tomorrow because it just made the deadline. Congratulations to the Lady Cyclones. They're in the finals of the Morrilton Invitational. That'll take place Saturday night at 5:30. We have a legal screen called on Trey Allen, and that'll be his 3rd as we start the 4th quarter here. Russellville leading by 28. Harrison Williams, number 30, we had a hand check foul called on Schaefer, and now we're even calling it a lot tighter than it was in the first half and even in the 3rd quarter. That's the 7th team foul in Russellville, and that's going to put Shiloh Christian on the line.
I have no problem with that as long as they call it both ways.
Well, that's I know you always look. I know it's not up to the officials to keep the fouls even, but it's interesting when they're not even. Of course, that's always what fans point to, and that's what the fans are letting the officials know about. 7-2 right now. Again, it's a good thing that we're up by 20 because otherwise, I think the officials will be hearing a little bit more of it. Harrison made the first, so he earned the bonus. He missed that one. Russell leads at 48-21. Allen in the front court. He'll try it left side as he hands it off to Cade Schaefer, splitting a double team back in the corner. Allen was open, faked the 3, drives a pass that's knocked away by Shiloh Christian. 48-21. 7.5 to go here in the game, and Russellville leading. Boy, just unless it's a big meltdown, going to win this game. Here's a three-pointer from the corner, is no good. Shiloh Christian with the rebound. And here come the Saints. Russellville leading by 27. If you have a Cyclone Classic bracket, the times are no longer good. We'll give those to you at the conclusion of this game. Shiloh Christian turning the ball over there with 7:09 left. Russellville, we think they're going to hang on. They winning by 27 right here. We have a timeout by Shiloh Christian. Perfect time to tell you about it. Because of Russellville's JV upset of Van Buren, that means the JV will play at 8:30. Russellville did not want their varsity to play their JV for obvious reasons. Why do that? So Russellville's JV is going to play at 8:30, and should the Cyclone varsity win here, hang on here, they're going to play at 7 o'clock. So that bracket that you have is not drawn exactly correctly, and the times are off. But Russellville hangs on here. They're going to play Bentonville West at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and the JV will play Sylvan Hills at 8:30. Sylvan Hills, an easy winner over Greenwood right before this game. Sylvan Hills won by 30, 76-46. Bentonville West narrowly defeated Shiloh Christian 59-53, and it was closer than that one. Subiaco. Subiaco missed 4 free throws in the final minute that actually at the time would have tied the game, and they wind up losing that game to Bentonville West by 6. And so that's why we think that it's going to be Bentonville West and the Russellville Cyclones at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in the semifinals. The other semifinals, Russellville Cyclone JV against Sylvan Hills at 8:30. They're in the corner, Trey Allen surveying it. Russellville leading 48-21. Mathis gets it to the top to Cade Schaefer. Schaefer over on the right wing to Trey Allen. Allen starting his drive, throws in the corner. Cade Schaefer, a three-pointer off the mark. Rebound controlled by number 4, John Morrison. Here come the Saints. Henry throws in the corner. There's a three-point try. It's partially blocked by Trey Allen. That's his second block of the game. And Allen gets the pass. He'll bring it down the floor. Mathis, three-pointer from the corner, is bounced off the rim a couple times, but there with the offensive board is Atkins, and he draws the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you like that offensive rebound, staying in there long, three-point try, and then getting the rebound and getting fouled.
Harrison Williams, his second foul, the third team foul called on the Saints. A free throw by Atkins rims out. He's got 6 points all in the second quarter. And now we have some of the guys that played in the JV game. They're getting some varsity action here. Nothing wrong with that. They've already proven themselves. LeVron May, number 1, comes in. Also, number 0, Caleb Franklin, the 6-foot junior. And Nick Carter, number 15, 6-foot junior, who had a great game earlier against Van Buren. 17 points, and he hit the layup to beat Van Buren with 6 seconds left just a few hours ago. Second free throw by Atkins is good. He hits 1 of 2, so 7 will check out. And in for him is number 11, Savion Brock, the 6'6 sophomore. 6:16 left to play in the basketball game. Russellville leading at 49-21. On the right wing is Seth Rosenfeld. His drive the basket, little scoop shot. Nice little play. And Seth Rosenfeld has 7 points. That breaks their long drought of having field goals. They now have 23. 49-23, Russellville leading, and LeVron May is called for traveling.
Yeah, he picked up his foot and set it back down again.
Brock and May and Carter, they all started the game earlier today against Van Buren. Here come the Cyclones, the Saints. A three-pointer's missed from the corner, and there's May with the rebound. He'll give it off to Cade Schaefer, and Schaefer will bring it in the front court. Sometimes you got to still have that varsity guy in there to run the point. May will try a 3 from the corner. Tried to bank it in. It was no good. Henry gets it, and they're off to the races back the other direction. A 2-on-1, and May trailing the play. A good hard foul by LeBron, and that's going to send Jaden Henry to the free throw line. It's LeVron May, but I had him in class, and I told him I'd always call him LeVron on the radio because he's a big LeBron fan. Jaden Henry going to the free throw line for the first time. 5:34 left to play in the game, and the fans still reminding him of the air ball that he shot earlier. Yeah. Second free throw by Henry. Missed this one. Missed them both. There's Franklin with the rebound. He waited, let everybody get down court, and give it off to Schaefer. Schaefer, around two guys. Franklin faking the three, drives the lane high, shot no good, tipped up by Franklin, no good. Franklin battling, didn't get the rebound, but he got the steal with his dribble, and then he lost it. But good job by Franklin battling for that, trying to keep it alive. 49-23, the Cyclones lead it. And here's a missed layup by number 22. That's Drew Dudley. May will slow it up, give it off to Carter, who had 17 in that game earlier today against Van Buren. He passes it off to Schaefer. Schaefer, his drive, shot no good from in the lane as it rolled off the iron. Samuel Lowe with the rebound. Check that, that's Seth Rosenfeld. And it looked like he's trying to go coast to coast. Little drive-by swat by Schaefer. Got it back, missed the shot, but the Saints with the rebound. Henry, three-pointer is good. He may be looking over at the student section because he's the one they've been chanting air ball at. 49-26, though, Russell still leading. They lead by 23 here. They pumped the brakes a little bit once they got up by more than 25. Did not invoke the mercy rule. Cross-court pass, they'll give it now to Franklin. He starts his drive from the right side. Shot off the backboard, no good. Henry has it, and again, the Saints want to run. Push it on the baseline, right back, and the pass is intercepted by Cade Schaefer. A 2-on-2 back the other direction. He lobs it for Savion Brock. Doesn't get the slam, but he gets the layup.
Man, went way up in the air with both hands and just kissed it off the backboard.
Now, when you're 6'6", everybody thinks that you can catch those. 51-26. Russell a point away from doubling their score. There's a three-point by Rosenfeld, nothing but net. Seth Rosenfeld now in double figures, the only Saint player in double figures. He's got 10. Russell led by 6 at the end of the first quarter, 13-7, and then they led by 20 at halftime. It was that second quarter where Russell really blew it open. Here's Nick Carter with the drive, count the basket, and he draws the foul. You know, if he hits this free throw, I guess today he could say he scored 20 points. Now, it was in 2 games, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nick did a good job getting his defender off his feet and taking it back up and getting fouled.
Bronson Smith, the 6'1 sophomore for Russell, checking in. And this is not against the scrubs of Shiloh Christian. They still have their main 10 guys. They actually played 9 in the first quarter. They've played 10 for the game. A free throw is no good. I jinxed him by saying he could have 20. Ends up having 19. 2 in this game and 17 against Van Buren. Russell with a foul on the rebound. That's on Caleb Franklin. That's his first. We'll have to walk it to the other end as they're still in the 1-and-1, as that's the 9th team foul in Russellville. It's about the only thing that hadn't gone Russell's way, the fouls here in the second quarter. 9 fouls on us, 4 on Shiloh Christian, but everything else going Russell's way. Free throw is no good, and there's Caleb Franklin with the rebound. Russellville, of course, they lost right before Thanksgiving break and had that long break to think about it. And even when they came back to school, they had a whole week before they played again. They beat Morrilton in exciting fashion here on Friday, and they win tonight. They're guaranteed 2 more games in 2 days. You lose your first game, you might only play 2 games in this Classic. They've eliminated the 4th game on the final day. Here's an interception by Shiloh Christian going back the other direction, and layup is good. Drawing the foul nicely was Drew Dudley. He knew the player was trailing, and he sort of jumped into him. Smart play, and went ahead and shot it. And Leveron May is going to be whistled for that foul. That's his second. And Dudley to the line. That's his first field goal. He's actually 3 of 4 from the free throw line, so 5 points. Make it 6 points, as now he's hit 4 free throws in a row. 4 of 5. 2:51 left to play in the game. Russell leading at 53-32. So here's what's going to happen. Russellville's varsity is going to play at 7 o'clock, not 8:30. They'll play at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Again, here's Savion Brock making the shot, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Well, Brock had the position on his man. He was right underneath the basket. His man was actually behind him, got a great pass, and took it straight up. Was able to draw the foul.
Free throw no good, but there's Caleb Franklin with the rebound on the right block and has his pocket picked by John Morrison. However, Morrison stepped on the end line, so Russell will get it on the right baseline. Yeah, so tomorrow you can come watch a doubleheader for the Cyclones. The varsity at 7 o'clock, the JV at 8:30. Russell's varsity will play Bentonville West in the semifinals. The other semifinal will be Russell's JV against Sylvan Hills. Bentonville West defeated Subiaco Academy 59-53. That was the first game of the day. Sylvan Hills defeated Greenwood 76-46 in the third game of the day. LeBron May gives it up. It was almost intercepted. And Carter has it on the right wing. Gives it up to Caleb Franklin. Russell leading by 23 points. Three-pointer no good. Long rebound controlled by Russell. LeBron May. They go inside. Nice feed by Smith to Franklin. Reverse layup is good. Caleb Franklin's first points of this game. 57-32. The Cyclones lead it. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Nice reversal by Shiloh Christian there. They had an open three but passed on it. Williams now taking. The ball was knocked away by May but picked up by the Saints. Missed shot. Ball tipped around. Gets away from Smith and put up and in by Cole Oswald. 57-34. Minute 43 left. Franklin brings it across the timeline. A one-handed pass over on the far side to Nick Carter. Carter will take it along the right baseline. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped around. Looks like the Saints had it, and Russell battling for it. We're going to get a foul called on Carter. That'll be his first. And the 10th team foul on Cyclone, so we'll walk it to the other end for 2 shots with a minute 29 left to play in the ball game. This will be Cole Oswald, his first trip to the free throw line. He's got 4 points tonight. Samuel Lowe, one of the starting 5 for Shiloh Christian, set to check in. I don't fault Shiloh for playing their starters. I'm just saying, I don't want it to seem like it's against their scrubs, because right now they've got 3 starters on the floor.
I can't believe they've only fouled 5 times this whole game.
Both free throws
or
good by
second half.
Both free throws are good by Oswald. Russell leads it 57-36 and almost a steal in the backcourt. We're going to get a whistle on the foul called on number 3, Jaden Henry. That'll be his third. 16 foul. One more, and that'll put Russell in the bonus. They're not trying to foul Russell on purpose. They're just trying to make the steal. Get the ball inbounds to Franklin in the backcourt. All 5 guys on the floor were part of that JV victory earlier today. Now here's a steal made by Harrison Williams. He leaves it now on the right side. A shot up and in by number 12, Sean Crana. He's got 7 points tonight. Now it's under 20. Russell leads it by 19, 57-38, but we're in the final minute of play. LeBron May. Cross-court pass to Franklin. Carter right in front of us here on the left wing, wearing number 15. 44 seconds. Spinning away, taking it down left side of the lane. Shot up and in. Nick Carter, 4 points in this game. Now he's got 20 for the day. He's got 21, actually. That's one of my favorite cheers. My wife was telling me that they did this. I didn't realize they did this last game. It was a ball lost out of bounds, stays with Shiloh Christian. They got their keys out, and they're saying, get the keys and start the bus. Get that bus warmed up. They could have started that at the start of the fourth quarter. They could have started that chant. We used to do that in the Terror Dome. We would say, warm up the bus. And
Shiloh Christian caught walking with the ball. Be Russellville's ball, about 24 seconds to go.
59-38, Russellville leading by 21. Bronson Smith in the front court. Left-handed bounce pass to Carter. Russell just going to hold it if Shiloh Christian will let him. Get close enough, they have to start that 5-second count. You see the official right in front of us. What he's saying is they're not close enough to start the count. We're at 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Raise up here so you can see the clock right above the goal, and Russell's going to win it here by a score of 59-38. Game never in doubt once we got in the second quarter. Russellville led by 6 at the end of the first quarter, 13-7. They led at halftime, 37-17, and it was never close after that. Russellville led by 28 at the end of the third quarter. Pumped the brakes a little bit. They still win by 21. Russellville, I'm checking this as we're trying to total. Russellville has 2 players in double figures tonight, and Shiloh Christian with 1. And that was Seth Rosenfeld. He had 10 points in the game for Shiloh Christian, 6 points for Drew Dudley, and should say this, 7 points for Sean Crana. But Seth Rosenfeld, Shiloh Christian, had 10 points. Russellville, a 21-point win. We'll give you the scoring totals for Russellville. Trey Allen has 19 points. Ryan Sitkowski with 10. Those were the 2 guys in double figures. 7 points for Red Atkins. 4 points each for Nick Carter and Grant Smith. 3 points for Bo Mathis. Oh, I forgot, 4 points also for Savion Brock. 3 points for Bo Mathis. And Bryson Korsmeyer with 4. Caleb Franklin and Cade Schaefer each with 2 points. We'll run through that again before we sign off here. Okay, so tomorrow's games look like this. As we'll start at 4 o'clock once again with 4 games on the day. The 4 o'clock game will see Greenwood against Subiaco. The loser will not play on Friday. The winner will play again at 4 o'clock on Friday. But tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Greenwood against Bentonville West. And the 5:30 game will see Van Buren against Shiloh Christian. In the 7 o'clock game, Russellville's varsity team will take on Bentonville West. And 8:30, Russellville's JV team is in the semifinals of the winners bracket as they take on Sylvan Hills. Sylvan Hills defeated Greenwood 76-46, and Russellville's JV wins 48-4. Yeah, sure. We'll take it whenever you want to. Sorry, I had to stop here because I wanted to. Coach Pennington asked, "Do you need me?" And I said, "We'll take you whenever we can get you." So we're joined now by Coach Pennington. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations. I don't know if I should say congratulations on both wins, but congratulations on both wins tonight.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this game first. It seemed that like that second quarter, it was kind of a little bit back and forth that first quarter. That second quarter, you went from a 6-point lead to a 20-point lead. What happened? How did you break that open so quickly?
You know, we knew our offense was eventually gonna open up, and you know, it's just nerves still. We're still early in the season, so we're trying to figure out who can shoot and where they shoot it. But you know, we've got a pretty good shooting basketball club, and when they get to feeling good, you know, the ball really goes in the hole. And so, you know, defensively though, that's where we're winning basketball games, and that's where we're going to hang our hat. And I keep telling my guys, it doesn't matter on the offensive end. We're going to score, and it doesn't matter who scores 20 one night and who scores 2. You know, if we'll buy into that defensive end of the floor, we're going to have a chance every night.
Okay, I went to a few of your practices when you were practicing August, September, kind of hid. But that's what I noticed is y'all were working defense almost all the time. How did you get these young kids to buy into that?
You do it every day. You know, there's no other way, and it's tough. And sometimes you go home thinking, man, are we doing the right thing? And then sometimes you go home thinking they're getting it, you know. And but at the end of the day, it takes what it takes, and that's what we tell our kids every day, and to play to our standard. You know, when we got up 20 tonight, you know, they called a timeout, and I sat them down. I said, we're not playing Shiloh, guys. We're playing to our standard. Nothing drops off defensively, and I thought we did a good job of that. Even when we subbed, you know, in the fourth quarter, they did a good job defensively.
Yeah, you kept the pressure on. One more question. I have to ask you about the JV win tonight.
Man.
That was fantastic, wasn't it?
It really was, and just so proud for those guys, because we tell our guys all the time, your time's coming, you know, and we didn't know that we were going to get to have our JV in a varsity tournament with Arkadelphia dropping out from the state finals. So when you get that chance, you know, here's your chance, and boy, did they take it and run with it, and played really well against a 7A West opponent. You know, wherever they're going to stack up in their conference, it doesn't matter. That's a 7A West opponent, and we got a lot of respect for Austin Tremblay and his group there too, and same with Jacob Skinner at Shiloh. But super proud of all our guys tonight, you know, and you know, I think it bodes well for our program. You know, it shows people we're on the uptick. You know, we want to win basketball games, and I was very proud of both groups tonight.
Well, congratulations on both wins, and
Yes.
good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you so much, Mickey.
That's Coach Kyle Pennington getting his second win and his second try here at Cyclone Arena. And I'm always glad to interview him sitting down because he is a lot taller than me. So congratulations to Coach Pennington. Again, you know, I know we just won the varsity game, but I had to ask him about that JV win. Recapping it once again for today, Bentonville West defeated Subiaco 59-53. Sylvan Hills defeating Greenwood 76-46. But the JV defeating Van Buren 48-46. A layup with 6 seconds left by Nick Carter, who had 17 points in the game. I believe he scored in every quarter and hitting 3 threes in that game. And, of course, the Russell Cyclones defeating Shiloh Christian 59-58. So tomorrow it looks like this. The 4 o'clock game will pit Greenwood against Subiaco. The 5:30 game will be Van Buren against Shiloh Christian. The 7 o'clock game will be Russell's varsity team against Bentonville West. And the 8:30 game will see Russell's JV squad against Sylvan Hills. They have their work cut out from Sylvan Hills, pretty good team. And before we sign off, want to get your thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, I thought Russellville played a very, very good game. They hit the boards. That's what impressed me was the Russellville's defense. Yeah, we can score, and we can score a bunch of points, but our defense looked so good tonight. I was talking to a couple of people while you was interviewing the coach, and the team this year, it seems like they're playing their game, and one of the games is defense and the way they're hitting the boards. And you've got a young man who's come along in Grant Smith. When he comes in, it's just like he's focused on one thing. I'm going to go after that ball when it goes up. And he's doing a great job giving some of the starters some rest. He can score underneath. But you've got other players that are like that. So this team, and I know this is going to sound funny, but this team is coming together as a team. And they're picking each other up. And they're just doing a great job, and it was a good win tonight.
Congratulations to the Lady Cyclones. They won tonight, and they're going to be in the championship game of the Morrilton Invitational. That'll be Saturday night. And once again, the varsity Cyclones had just defeated Shiloh Christian. Ryan Sikowski with 10 points. He had 2 dunks, and that should count more than 2 points, I think. But 10 points for Sikowski, 19 points for Trey Allen, as the Cyclones win it here tonight by a score of 59-38. We'll be back here tomorrow for the second round of Cyclone Classic, 7 o'clock tip-off time, as the Cyclones will take on Bentonville West. For Aaron Duval, I'm Mickey Duval, reminding you, if you're out on your bike tonight, as always, do wear white. So long, everybody.